All right, we're back with Big Ambitions. Where we left off, we were at Friday night. We had just finished up some training of some of our employees. We paid off our loans. We're now loan free. Um, we do have a little bit in the bank. We don't have anything coming out except for our rents and salaries and that kind of thing coming out of our account. We don't have any big orders. We don't have any rush orders, although we may have to have one. But we do have a delivery coming Monday. We've got a couple of folks in training right now from the new store, right? Security guard and customer service. I figured why not get those folks up a little bit. We just completed some training with one of our cleaners there at the new store. So we did not hire a new purchasing agent. We did not hire our logistics manager yet because we don't have a truck. No need for a logistics manager if you don't have a truck. We might get to that this round. This episode. I doubt it, but we might. The purchasing agent, though, we may end up doing because realistically, then what we should be able to do would be is to come down here and get a new relationship built with one of these other importer exporters that has the fruits and vegetables that we're currently buying from the wholesaler. And quite honestly, and the paper bags, and quite honestly, it might be cheaper, right? So that's the other thing that we need to really kind of take into consideration. If it's going to be cheaper, bag of lettuce, bag of tomatoes, you can kind of see. Although that said, I'm looking at this now and I don't see where maybe we have one importer that has everything that we're currently getting from the wholesaler. So that's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is one. Yeah, I'm not seeing any here. So I don't know. Perhaps maybe there's an importer exporter. Yeah, we're not carrying any of that stuff. And I think... Okay, here's one here. So this is all of our stuff. So we would potentially have to take a look at getting a relationship set up with this importer exporter here. And that way we would then be able to potentially beat the prices we're currently getting from the wholesalers. We'll have to see about that. Right now we want to get into Saturday. So the end of my day is here. I'm going to speed ahead some time. I won't bore you with it. We will be back on Saturday. All right, Friday was a pretty good day to us. 30K. So that was a pretty good day. Yeah, well, you can kind of see here our businesses have been going up. So that's a pretty good day there. You can also see that from an income standpoint, Fresh Threads also beat out Fresh Threads now, right? So that's something there that we'll have to kind of take a look at. We have no loans. We didn't necessarily need to pay any parking fees. So we had a pretty good day yesterday. We'll have to see. Okay, so our marketing is not, we got close, but still not quite there. I don't know what we can do to get there. This isn't getting even close, really. So our inventory, yeah, again, we're right up against it. I'm not sure this is going to last us to day 106. We'll have to see about that. Inventory here looks a little better. Again, this says the last 7 days, but remember, we haven't been open 7 days yet, right? So keep that in mind. All right, so let's see. Do we need anything fruits and vegetable wise that we need to run to the wholesaler for? And I would say no, we do not. However, I think what I am going to do is I am going to head to the car. Actually, you know what? We need to go to. All right, let's turn off the supermarkets. Let's do the recruitment agency. That's not what we want there. So we're going to. It's interior. I didn't even realize I had that on. Interior installation. Okay. And then we don't need buildings for rent. We don't need that on either. All right. So what we do need, though, which I thought we had it on, is recruitment agency. And we do. All right. So let's see. Where was the recruiters that we needed for... It was like city... City workforce. Okay, so they're closed all day today. So they won't be open until Monday. I'm guessing. So this is where we would need to do another purchasing agent, right? And so we won't even be able to go down and talk to even, even talk to anyone here until we get another purchasing agent. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do come Monday morning. I don't know that there's a whole lot that I need to do today. We don't have any orders. We don't need to run to the wholesaler. We're not running real low on inventory yet. We'll have to see where we end up at the end of the day here, towards the end of the day at the clothing stores, but I don't think we're going to be in danger of running out. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to waste some time here, skip ahead, and I will probably be back either later in the day on Saturday or on Sunday. All right, so it's just after noon here. I skipped ahead a few hours, and you can see all 4 of our alerts here for our clothing store because we're running kind of low on inventory. I think we will make it through at least part of day 105, but we're in danger of missing out on day 106, I think. However, I have some pieces here, and I think that's what I'm going to do is potentially go, because these racks that we have here only hold 20 pieces, right? So if I've got 100 pieces in stock, that means there's going to be at least boxes of stuff in the storeroom on the storage. So I'm going to run to the other store, and I will be back when I'm there. All right, I made it to the store, so I'm going to come in here, and we're going to grab the truck, and I am basically going to pull everything out of this one, put it into the car, and head to the other store with this inventory here. So I think that's in order to try to not have yet another urgent order. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So in order to have not another urgent order where I'm spending 50% more than what the order is in order to get it urgently, I'm just going to grab the inventory from this store and bring it to the other store. So once I'm in front of the other store, I'll be back. All right, I'm back in front of the store. I'm just going to grab this inventory. Holy smokes. All right, so classic cheap mail. Wow. All right. We're about out of everything at that store. Unfortunately. Classic cheap female. Classic cheap female. Get a few. Okay, so we have some folks that have finished their training. I'll take a look at that here in a second. Modern cheap mail. Modern cheap mail. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to last until day 106. That or we're going to be completely out. Modern cheap female. Yeah, this is crazy. All right, so unfortunately, yeah, we're still hurting. Hurting for certain. Because we're selling a little over 50 a day. So here's what I'm going to do. Dang it, I didn't want to do this. We're going to get that urgent order in for tomorrow. And then as soon as tomorrow comes, we'll place another order. And then we should be in pretty good shape. Again, you guys can see what I'm paying for these, right? $17.97 and $20 a piece. And we're selling them right now at the Midtown store for $89 and $92. Right? So, I mean, these are highly, highly profitable. The margins on these are enormous. Problem is this urgent order is going to cost me almost the entire day yesterday. And that was a good day, right? So that's the problem. We've got to get out of this urgent order piece. So I know it's due to how many I'm buying, but it's also because I don't have a truck to get things delivered. If I had a truck to get things delivered, it should be a different story. Yeah, I didn't need to get into the car. I think I am done for the day. We cannot recruit someone as a purchasing agent. Let me see what my employees here. Okay, so both of these were in Fresh Threads also. Let's take a look at the schedule. Tomorrow is Sunday. We've got a full schedule, so those two employees, we could do training again. So we're going to train that skill there and that skill there for tomorrow. Yeah, and it still says we're out of clothes, right? So, all right, I am going to waste the rest of Saturday, and I will be back on Sunday. All right, Saturday was a pretty good day for us. Oh, boy. So, unfortunately, we kind of cleared Uncle Fred's objective. So, of making over 100K, right? So we got that, but now he's given us additional information here or additional stuff. And now our stuff has arrived as well. So we need to go get that. Open Market Insider and find a wholesale product above 80% demand. Start a new wholesale retail business that sells that demanded item. Visit the retail interior installation firm and hire them to set up your new store. Wait for blueprint installation to complete. Okay, so Fresh Threads is out of product is basically what they're saying. We're not quite yet, but close enough. 50 items a piece over here. Again, we haven't been in business for 7 days yet at this location. So, but if you look at that, we're selling a little under 30 a day. So we've got over a day's worth of inventory at Midtown. We do not have even today's inventory level because we're selling more than 50 a day of each, right? Every single one of these is over 50 a day, and there's not a single thing that we have over 50. So that's going to be one of the first things we're going to have to do. The money did come out for the order already. You can kind of see that, right? I mean, we were over 100K. So, and that's what brought these new objectives up from Uncle Fred. So the first thing we're going to need to do, first we'll unpause. We're going to eat some food. And then we're going to need to take a look also at the inventory here. So we are going to need to get some lettuce. We're going to need to grab a little bit of everything. So we'll do that as well. But first things first, we need to go to the car to get the clothes that were delivered. That's the first thing. Second, actually, the first thing we need to do is get another order. So our next order is coming tomorrow on a regular delivery. So we're gonna have plenty of stock coming very soon. I'll be back when I'm back in the warehouse. All right, I made it to the warehouse. We might have to start looking at whether or not we can purchase a van from somewhere. Now, I know we saw trucks once before, but I don't remember if they had vans up there or not. But if they didn't, maybe we need to start taking a look at vans and seeing, because the van I would think would have more carrying capability. We wouldn't necessarily need to have a driver for the van. We could do the driving still if we had to. All right. Kind of a bad park job there, but it was rushed. All right. So 150 going to go into, we're going to do the 150s over here. Classic cheap mail. All right. Classic cheap mail. Classic cheap mail. Classic cheap mail somewhere else. Modern cheap mail. All right. Now I can't get out of here. Classic cheap mail. And then the rest can go on the shelf, which is not many. But we're going to have more coming tomorrow, right? Oh, crap. I forgot to grab the hand truck. All right. So let's grab all the 150s. 150, 150, and 150. All right. Because all of those are coming in here. All right. Classic cheap female. Classic cheap female. Classic cheap female. Classic cheap female. And the rest on the shelf. Modern cheap male. Modern cheap male. Modern cheap male. And the rest on the shelf. Modern cheap female. Come on. And you and your damn bags. All right. So we definitely have, come on, get in there. We definitely have enough to take care of us until tomorrow, without question. All right. So now I need to go, I'm going to go up to the other store and deliver this product up there, and I'll be back when I'm there. All right. I've made it to the other store finally. And we're going to come in here. Holy smokes. All right. Classic cheap mail. Classic cheap mail, I think, is on this side. That's that one. And that one. And where's my storage shelf? There it is. All right, so that's that one. Yeah, we got some alerts as I was pulling up to the store here. We got some alerts on the product there. All right, so it looks like we're going to be out of tomatoes too, so we're going to need to stop off there too. Okay, classic cheap female, classic cheap female, classic cheap female, and the rest goes on the shelf. Modern cheap male. Modern cheap male. Modern cheap male. That goes on the shelf. And yeah, there's not a lot of people in here today. And again, when we first opened this, or when we first started to, or when I first started taking a look at this, I wondered whether we were going to have anybody in here on Saturday and Sunday, right? So, because it's Midtown. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to do the floor, and I think, was it this floor that I had in the other store? No, it was not. This one, I think, was not. It's not that. I don't see. Maybe was it this one? It was more of a bright white, if I remember. That's not. That's not even white. Looks like white on my screen, but when I select it, it looks white, but that ain't white. That ain't anywhere near white. Neither is that. That's not the color that was in the other one. I don't know what. That's not either. I don't know what I used. I would have thought it would have been something inexpensive, but I don't have. Yeah, none of those colors are it. That's for sure. 'Cause it was like a bright white tile almost. Is what I thought. I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it at all. All right, so let's cancel that. We'll leave that that way. I don't see any complaints about it anymore, so we'll leave that as done. We will, let's see, what else do we need at the fruits and vegetables store? We need just about everything. Everything but apples. So I think what I'm going to do is head to the wholesaler and I will be back when I'm there at the wholesaler. All right, back in the wholesaler here, so we're going to see exactly what it is we need. We need, we're good on apples. Probably use one of bananas. So let's grab a box of the bananas. I'm good on apples. So let's get back in the car. We'll scoot up a little bit, like right in the middle here. Okay, I'm pretty sure we need carrots. Grab a couple of the, let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to, I'm going to potentially grab a couple of each of these. Let's see, pears, where are we at on pears? Tomatoes and lettuce I need the most of. And since lettuce comes in a 250 pack instead of a 500 pack like everything else, I'm going to grab 3 lettuce at least. We'll see how much room I have left once I get everything else loaded. Tomatoes. And we were pretty short on tomatoes, I think, too. Tomatoes, yeah, tomatoes and lettuce were the 2 worst. All right, how many do I have here? No, that's 8. That's it. All right, so let me do this. Let's see. I've got to do 3 of the lettuce. So what all did we need? We kind of needed pears and carrots, tomatoes and lettuce for sure. Pears and carrots, bananas. Get rid of the bananas and let's go back to the tomatoes. Back to the tomatoes. All right, let's get this. And then I can always come back tomorrow morning, right? And since there's going to be a delivery tomorrow morning anyway at the warehouse, but I've already got plenty of stock. It's not a matter of needing to rush back to the warehouse tomorrow. But let me, so I can come back tomorrow if I need to grab some additional stuff. I'll see you when I'm back in front of this store. All right, I'm back. And let's see, we've got, holy smokes. All right, so we've got pears. Wow, we got nothing on the shelves here, huh? We've been neglecting this for a while. Looks like, but we haven't really. That's the thing. All right, carrots. Get those put in there and then on the shelf. And once again, I didn't grab the cart, so I'm going to grab the hand cart here. Make this a little easier. lettuce, boom. Tomatoes, boom. I didn't get bananas. I put bananas back, but I guess I need bananas. Should have gotten bananas. I guess. That said, I didn't have any room in the car left, so not like I could do anything there. All right, so we're gonna park that. We got the inventory issue taken care of at the clothing stores. We've got the inventory issue taken care of. In fact, we're fully clear of alerts now. While we were waiting for me to get to the wholesaler and pick up the goods, I did take a look at the Market Insider that Uncle Fred wanted us to take a look at. And there is nothing that is 80% in the garment district. There is nothing but like movie theater kind of stuff that's over 80% in Hell's Kitchen, which we're not going to be able to do a movie theater, I don't think, because I think that's going to be where the cost is incurred. Murray Hill, there's nothing at 80% or higher. Midtown, I don't know how these all fit together. Pizza, hot dog, cigar, burger. I mean, obviously burger and hot dog and pizza potentially could. As far as a restaurant, it does look like that would be pretty well served with a business there. The bottle of wine and pack of cigarettes would be in a separate store. So that, I don't know, that didn't appeal to me at Midtown. In Lower Manhattan, it was expensive everything. Expensive clothing, expensive gifts. The phones, right? There's no businesses right now serving up phones in Lower Manhattan, so they're selling for $1,000 a piece. I don't know what those come in at. I don't know what they would cost us, but if they cost us anything under, say, $700, that's a pretty good profit margin. Smartwatch too, right? Smartwatch. But everything here is expensive until you get down to hot dog. So I didn't really think anything in Lower Manhattan, and Industry City is much the same way, right? Everything is on the expensive side. So I don't know that we're going to do anything here quite yet with any of that stuff. I believe one of the things we're probably going to do is we're going to, okay, there's our profit for the day. There's our take for the day, and I haven't even gone to bed yet for this particular day. Let me pause the clock there for just a little bit. I think at some point we're going to need to do another purchasing agent, right? I think the other thing that we're going to need to do, can I sell this now? Yes. Okay. There we go. Is potentially look at the truck, right? Because I'm carting stuff back and forth and so on and so forth. And if we can get the purchasing agent and working with the importer exporter and it's cheaper than the wholesaler, then we'll start turning more profit at the fruits and vegetable store as well. I am going to go to sleep here. We're going to fast forward a couple of hours. Again, I'm going to cut this out, obviously. We're going to come back on Tuesday and we'll see where we're at before we wrap this episode up. All right, so before I went to sleep, we saw what we made yesterday. We made good money yesterday, 31K. We're now at over 100. I am going to head to my car, then head to the warehouse because we're going to have another shipment coming in of goods, and I'm guessing this is going to, we'll have to take a look, but I'm guessing that's going to be another 6-day or 5-day order. And if that's the case, then what we're going to start doing is we're going to start really ordering it up much bigger than what we currently are. But when I get to the warehouse, I'll be back. All right, I just got to the warehouse, just got notification too that my order has been delivered, and another bit of money came out of my account, 19,000, right? So I'm thinking potentially upping the order next time around to about 500 to kind of see if we can get to where we need to be with regards to not having to do those stupid urgent orders. And maybe 5,000, maybe 500's not the number. Maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 1,500. I don't know, but whatever it is, we need to figure it out. I was hoping that the 250 was going to last us longer than it did, and it apparently didn't. So I'm going to head back to the store, and, well, we're right here, so stick with me here. All right, we're going to grab the 150, and we're going to take the 150s in here as well. So hopefully they'll have enough stock to keep this store going for a while. And then the other thing I need to do is we need to place another order. Day 112. All right, so so I think what I'm going to do, all right, so we're making a $38,000 order, but that's going to be on day 113, so it's a week from today. We'll have to see how that goes. We're probably going to have to get that as an urgent order as well. But the following order, then we might not. All right, so I'm going to take the rest of this up to the other store, and I will be back when I'm there. All right, I've made it to the store. We're going to carry these in. Yeah, the bananas are out at the fruits and vegetables store. Kind of figured we were going to be low on bananas today. But we're getting long in this episode, so I don't know that I want to go all the way down to the wholesaler and pick up bananas and take those to the store before we end this episode. I think what we're going to do is we're going to end it here. And we're completely out of bananas. Okay. So I just placed the order. I think you saw the order I just placed. Again, we're not going to get this until day 113, so I don't know that I don't know that this is going to be early enough. We might end up being out of product by that time. But I think what we're doing, we're on the path here, right? We're making some good money now. You can kind of see it's going up each day. And this Fresh Threads also is beating out our original store now. It wasn't earlier, but it is now, and now it has really overtaken it. The other thing is that this store, as far as profit margin goes, is much higher than this store, right? So even on revenue, or sales, I guess, it would be higher profit rather than the other one. Guys, I have noticed that we've gotten a number of viewers that are not subscribers. So if you would please subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. The subscription doesn't cost you anything. It helps YouTube. It helps the channel more than you might know. So if you can find it in yourself to subscribe, I would appreciate it. We'll be doing other games too, by the way. I just wanted to get this one kind of going in toward the right path. And maybe what we'll do is we'll set a goal of, when we're making maybe some headway up our rivals. Well, take a look at that. We are actually moving up. We've moved up from 20th to 19th. We're getting actually pretty close to 18th and 17th as well. So we're making some headway up the list. I don't know exactly where we'll get to before the end of the series, but that can be up to you as well. Also, maybe throw in a comment something that you'd like to see on the channel. I appreciate you guys watching this one. Come back and watch the next. Thanks. We'll see you.